should automatically default to that, but yes. All right. Jeez. Sweet. Big day today. It is a big day. Awesome day. Gotta get tools. Streaming in SOS. Awesome. All right, I gotta get one quick tool while people come on in. Oh, yeah. I need the ratchet. This, please. Sweet. All right, this is what some people want to see. So we shall rock. Okay, I'm very excited for this. Sorry, I'm giving you my ass. Make sure no wires are in the way. Exciting day. Exciting, but also kind of difficult and sad. As you can see, we have the Simpsons Pinball Party 2.0 officially moved to the basement. Oh man, my only downside that sucks is my artwork doesn't come till Tuesday. Kind of upset about that because it was supposed to come today. I don't have hopes that it's gonna come today still. It's supposed to come today. And UPS just shows that it's coming Tuesday. Not even Monday, it's coming Tuesday. So the situation kind of sucks, but I'm making the best of it. I have to build today. I want to finish, I should say, the Gamer Solutions cabinet that I have. I see some people here. Hello, I'm sorry, I'm gonna give you my back today. Glenn, what's up? Crazy you are, I gotta fix my my view here, hang on. Crazy just went live. I'm researching mini PCs to figure out which would be the best for emulation, hoping to find something that could run PS3. Nope. Nope. Mini PC and RC PS3 don't mix. So I'm gonna be a buzzkill there and tell you already, nope. Also, I don't really understand the hype of mini PCs, to be brutally honest. I mean, it's cool, you know, try to find something, but you're asking too much out of a mini PC. RC PS3 needs a dedicated GPU. So if you don't have a dedicated GPU, it's gonna be a bad time. Eric, I see the logo. What is up? This is what some people want to see. But yes, RC PS3 and mini PC are probably something that you'll never want to mix. Again, you need dedicated graphics card for that. But then again, take a look at, like, you know the thing, some of these mini PCs, they're expensive. Like $350, $400. And some people don't like that I mention it, but you could honestly grab a Dell Optiplex. Look up the Dell Optiplex refurbished. You could probably get one now with maybe a 2060 Ti in it. Am I saying it's gonna run PS3? No. But like I mentioned in my past videos, when I did the 43 terabyte build, be sure RC PS3 has a compatibility website or like a link. If you look up RC PS3 compatibility, you could see if the actual game is even playable. It's been a while since that video went out. That was when I made my 43 terabyte build. You definitely want to, like, if you have a game in mind that you want to play, be sure it runs. So basically go to RC PS3 or do a Google search, RC PS3 compatibility, and you could actually search for your game and it'll tell you if it's playable or not. So that's number one. I tell people all the time, excuse the ratchet. This is just I wasn't going to do this today, but that's kind of honest, also why I started late. Literally just now with the wife, we brought it down the 4 steps. It's not a heavy cabinet. When I built it, it wasn't heavy. But now that I got like all the wires and shit in it, it got some weight to it. You're definitely gonna hear me breathing. This is gonna be an embarrassing stream. It's just cool for a small form factor and cheaper than a PC build. I don't know, Eric. I don't know, bro. Again, what's what I want to say? It's like, you know, number one is what do you want to play? Number two is what is the price that people are coming up with these things? Because I guarantee you, the Dell, what was the last time I bought the Dell Optiplex? I did, what did I do with a Dell Optiplex? I have a video on it. I had a Dell Optiplex. Oh, the 3 terabyte arcade only build that I did for somebody's control panel. That was running a Dell Optiplex, and that Dell Optiplex was great. It ran like Street Fighter V. It did all like the fighting games that it threw at it. I think I paid like $420, $450. Again, Dell Optiplex. I think it had a 3060 Ti in it, or a 2060 Ti. All right, front legs are on. I'm excited for this because I said, I'm excited and then I'm also upset. Ooh, I'm missing my nuts. Let me see. I think I have the nuts here, actually. Sorry, hang on. Again, my artwork was supposed to legit come today. That was when Justin sent me the oh, I don't have nuts. Oh, I didn't have any nuts on this? Shit. All right, I'll take a look upstairs. I have, if anything. But do I need it now? I think I do. I need my nuts. Give me a second. I gotta go to the garage real quick. We are not home. All right, sweet. Oh, we got someone else. This is what some people want. Happy Thursday, Clint. You too, man. Good morning to everybody. Happy Thursday is right. Yes, this is going to be a random stream. Honestly, I wanted to sit down. I wanted to watch a YouTube video with you guys today. Something about Looney Tunes gameplay came out. I wanted to see that. Anyway, here's the dilemma I got, right? It's not even a dilemma, but I said this right now is my Simpsons Pinball Party 2.0. My 50-inch used to sit right here, and as you can see, that baby is gone. And I've been working on this. I'm honestly happy with the time frame I did on this. But I honestly, like, it's not, what's the wording? My wiring is much cleaner than last time. That's number one. But number two, it's not perfect like I've done my other builds for customers. This one, again, is for me, though, so I could live with it. But the wiring on this is much cleaner than my last one. But basically, I took the entire guts, and I mean everything, and I'll make a video on it, obviously. I took everything from my original Simpsons Pinball Party. I gave the cabinet away. That was the base. Somebody came to pick it up. And I literally recycled probably 98% of what was there on my old cabinet. What's the other 2%? Wiring. I did reuse some wiring, and then I didn't reuse some wiring, so that's the only kind of thing. I'm gonna plan to pick this up. There's a lot of math going on in my mind right now. Glenn, what's up? Do you have a certain type of PC you put in all your arcades, or it varies? Yes, that is the big word, is that it varies. Reason for looking at a mini PC is I would like to play it on my living room TV without anything bulky. So anytime I do my builds, it's always a custom built PC. Anytime I gotta do like 5, 6, 20, 30, 40 terabyte build, always custom PC. You'd be surprised at what you could get when you build a custom PC versus a pre-built. Some pre-builts though, granted, some pre-builts are good. If you're like me, I understand that you don't want bulky, but my 43 terabyte build in my BiVic, that is a 2-in-1 combo. That is an ultimate console into an arcade. What does that mean? If you go back on my videos, I made something called the ultimate console. It's exactly what you're looking for, which is basically a PC to any TV using Xbox controllers. I'm going to be brutally honest, it's bulky. It's a PC case, but they make good looking PC cases. The one I have in this, it's white. My living room, my 120-inch projector, it's a white console, so it blends in perfectly. Not to mention, like, when it's on, the RGB lights and everything, it looks amazing. I personally would tell you to just forget that mini PC, dude. You have a little bit, again, if you didn't mention PS3, I'm gonna literally put this on my leg. If you didn't mention PS3, I would have said, yeah, go with the mini PC, but again, you're limited. Mini PCs, not to mention, also keep in mind, you worry about bulkiness. Mini PCs only have like 1 terabyte. All right, you can swap out the hard drive and put a 4 terabyte. PS3 ROM collection. On my build, the complete PS3 ROM is 8 terabytes. So I always laugh, not to be rude, but keep in mind, you don't want a bulky PC, but then you're kind of subjecting yourself to 4 external hard drives. So you went from small form PC to now needing 4 outlets in your wall and then 4 external hard drives. Think about it. Think about it, bro. I got one leg on. Telling you. Again, I always tell customers, start with the basics. What do you want to play? You said PS3. If you can, I would probably say it, but then again, like I said, man, listen to what I'm trying to say to you. Mini PC, Vic, I want to play GameCube. I think my GameCube library, I have it on my Excel sheet. What is it? It's like, I don't know. Let's just say the GameCube library alone is like 500 gigs. That's the complete library. Vic, I don't need the complete library. I know, but if you're like me, you beat Mario Sunshine. Now you want to go into Luigi's Mansion. Then you got to delete games. Then you got to add the game. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. If I were you, bro, do what I did. I have basically one plug that goes into the wall, which is the PC. I have my 4 external, not external, I have my 4 external hard drives converted to internals. And that's it, man. It's literally a PC. I could take it out. I could take it out of that arcade cabinet, bring it to any room I want, plug it in, and I'll have my entire 43 terabyte library in my hands. Look at that. So I literally put the pin on my knee. The pin is on my knee. I can't do that with a real pin. I cannot do that with the Jersey Jacks, that's for damn sure. Awesome, man, thanks for the honest feedback. I was about to pull the trigger, but sounds like they are super limited and I could probably get a good PC for a little more. Yes, I'm telling you, bro. Tell me, man, what is the price? That's the one thing, Glenn. I get people that go, like, like I'm going to ask you, what is the price? But also, what are the specs? I get so many emails, so many like, you know, oh, I found this PC for 250 bucks. I'm like, okay, the 250 bucks doesn't mean anything to me. What are the specs? Like it could be a potato and it's 250 bucks. Or it could be, you know, an amazing PC for 250 bucks. That's what like, not talking to you personally, Glenn, it's just that's what I get sometimes. I get people that are like, oh, I found this PC. No, the best is, I have a PC, what is the price if I give you my PC? And I go, I need your specs, dude. I need to know the specs. I had one guy that was going to do that. He was going to send me, he was actually going to send me a mini ATX build. And he wanted 43 terabytes, but he wanted the 43 terabytes in the PC. And I'm like, you need a bigger case. And mini ATX builds are expensive already because it's small form. But then you're adding 43 terabytes. Now I'm not going to say the word you wasted money, but you bought a mini ATX for no reason. Okay, now what's very detrimental here, I'm doing something on this that I've never done before. Just want to measure this out. Sorry. So I actually have my front legs all the way down, but I have the rear legs up. It looks awesome already. It looks great already. I'm already excited. Yes, so now some of you might be looking at this like, Vic, what the fuck is black and white? Again, I didn't want to spend money on this build because I already had my 50-inch. I basically had wood lying around, but this doesn't matter because artwork goes over this. So you will never see this again. So again, my dilemma right now, artwork was supposed to come today. I'm like, oh, it's supposed to come today. I sent an email to my glazier guy. I'm waiting for a price on that. It would have been perfect if artwork came today. But looking at the tracking, it's still like, I don't even know where it is. I think it's in like Indiana. Where was I going with this? Anyway, the wife has some family coming over on Sunday. And also, this is at a point right now where it is complete. I did the LED matrix yesterday. I did all my testing. I did the side rails. I did all my tests. This is complete. So this would have sat in the garage until Tuesday. My wife has family coming over Sunday, so I'm like, you know what? Let me bring it down. I could at least play it. You know, I could at least like enjoy it. It just, yes, it kind of sucks because I have to take the legs off again to do artwork, but I don't really mind that. It's not a horrible thing. But basically, I'm going to be applying art here. I'll bring my table down. I always put it on a table, and then I flip. It's just basically, if I left it in the garage, it would have been more dusty. It was already dusty, and I shot it with air, but I definitely have to vacuum down here when I'm done. But yeah, I was like, you know what? Let me bring it down. What's the point of it being in the garage taking up space? I'm going to bring it down, and yeah, that's where we are now. Now, I'm going to go and grab the back box. This is like a big deal right now. The thing I did with the back box, because I have my Homer and Bart, again, excuse me if my mic goes out. I have my Homer and Bart, right? And my Homer and Bart, I actually had to not modify it, I had to put it on its own platform to clear my ceiling. So I don't want to, I did this in a way that the legs go semi all the way up in the rear, just to give it that tilt. Because again, looking at my real Jersey Jacks, you know, the rear of the cabinet, there's an actual tilt. The only thing is that I don't want to, what's the wording? I don't want to fuck this up. Come on. And that's also the beauty of a laminated birch cabinet. It's fairly light. I just can't get a good grip right now. The worst is, it's like, is it lefty loosey or is it righty tighty to bring it up and down? Brutal. Best front end, I built an arcade a few years ago using coin ups. I don't use coin ups, but I'd like to hear your feedback. Now it's a Launchbox. I use Hyperspin. If you're new, I do not recommend Hyperspin. Hyperspin, number one, I always get the same thing. It is outdated. Yes, there is not much support on Hyperspin. I still use Hyperspin, but that's because basically everything's already set. But Launchbox Big Box is probably your best way to go. It's supposed to be easy. I'm actually doing right now on my build, I am doing Launchbox on my build. But I'm doing my build in a way that it's 2 for 1. So you could have both Hyperspin and Launchbox. It uses the same media, so you're not wasting space. If you are new, then do Launchbox. That's what. The only reason I'm saying that is honestly the support, the forums on Launchbox. It's active. If you go to Hyperspin, it is not active. You probably get one dude that is active in Hyperspin. If you're new, like I said, I would highly recommend just go right to Launchbox. Coin ops, Batasara, I don't deal with that. Batasara is like Linux based, so now you're talking Raspberry Pi lingo. You know, and I have stopped. My Neo Geo is a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus. Luckily, the image I made for it has a nice. I needed that for Neo Geo, so I have a great Neo Geo. I got all my Neo Geo games. I don't know coin ops. What else is there? Retrobat? No. I'm telling you, save your time. Launchbox is free, but Big Box, which is like your actual front end, you pay for. That's like $50 for like lifetime. Do it. Then you get now. So me personally, my build, I'm trying to modify somebody's theme, or I might just make my own theme. You could get a bunch of random themes now. It's much easier. So definitely do yourself a favor. I would say don't look at anything. Go Launchbox. We're doing it. Let me get the back box real quick. I also need my clamp to keep this in place, and we will rock. How far this mic goes. If you can hear me, I'm in the garage. I grab this. This is probably the most exciting. I said it sucks, but let me just wait until I get closer. We are not. All right, here we go. I am here. Look at this. Look at that, one piece. Bang. One beautiful piece. Whew. All right, let me just set myself up. This is usually like, some people are like, Vic, you should do like yourself building. And I'm like, when I'm in the zone, Chief, I don't talk. Got to make sure I need this in an area I can simply grab. This is yes. I should have gotten the water. I'm dying over here. Launchbox is nice to scrape all the media for you, but now Launchbox media scrape, you need EMU movies, no? I used Hyperspin before and it was crazy with how much goes into it. Yes. Yes. My dilemma right now, honestly, the one thing I have with my Hyperspin is it gets annoying that basically anytime, and not anytime, it depends on the emulator. Some emulators get updated, and if you have an old module on Hyperspin, it doesn't communicate. So right now I have an issue with Citra. I updated Citra with this 3DS, and I just noticed my mic is loud. It doesn't, what's the wording on this? Oh, does that? Oh, does it? Hello, 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 hello. Oh, it does. It's not, like Citra got an update. I updated it, so now it's like Hyperspin launches it, but the fade screen still is in front of Citra, so there's like a lot of coding to it. I feel like my mic got fucked up, but it's all right, whatever. Let me lower this because I'm probably yelling. But yes, that's like the one thing. So right now, I updated my PS3. Citra, like I said, right now I'm trying to update it, but now you need to go into the module. There's a lot of tinkering, and that's basically coding. If you mess up one little line of coding, that's it. So be sure to back up everything. Again, I have Hyperspin. My vertical is Hyperspin. I love it. I think it's great. But everybody has their own opinion. Let's go. We're going up with this. I just want to make sure I have everything close to me. Let's go. Let's go, Homer and Bart. Let's go. Okay. So again, I did this in a way that I should hopefully be clearing. I'm looking at the cab and my Homer and Bart. And we are in. Beautiful. Awesome. Keep my hand on it. Sweet. Clamp this down. Beautiful. Clamps are a must. Whew. There you go. All right, this is actually good because I could still go up on the rear legs a little bit, which is what I wanted. Awesome. Oh, man. Awesome. So again, I recycled everything. I got my 32-inch back glass, and this is actually 22. It's a 22-inch DMD I have on this. I thought I had a 20. 22. I was contemplating. I didn't want to. Like, my objective with this build was I didn't want to spend money. I knew I needed new artwork. Eric's in the chat. Eric is my metal guy, so he does the side rails and the lockdown bar, so I'm excited for that. I knew I needed that. I knew I was going to do the matrix and the LED side rails on this. And luckily with my builds, I have like an on and off switch, so in case it's too distracting, I could take it off. So I have a lot of customers that request the LED matrix stuff. So yeah. So I knew I wanted to spend money on I actually had LEDs, but I had to buy the matrices. So I had the rails already, so the LED side rails I already had because those come in like an 8-pack. Again, I tried to spend as much money, and I needed the new TV. I needed the 42-inch. So, hold on, we're gonna get a little loud. Beautiful. The ultimate test. I need more screws, number one, but I'm in. That's it. I'm not going nowhere. Love it. Love it. It just sucks. Like I said, right now, I mean, at least I'll be able to play it tonight, hopefully. I should. But I have to disassemble it again. Because when I do artwork, everything's got to come off on it. So it is what it is. But yes, now though, I could at least adjust. Actually, to be safe, I'm going to keep my clamps on. My back box, I usually put like 9 screws in the rear. Again, it's not like your standard pinball back box with the arm. I don't like those arms because it takes up your artwork. It messes up your artwork. So now just slow and steady, we shall. I mean, again, I need to also give myself some space so that if I take the back box off, it's really that Homer. Homer is taller than Bart. No, this is actually, I'm good, man. This is it. I'm not going to touch this. That's it. Man, no joke. I gave myself like a 1/2 inch clearance. The back could go up more, but it's not worth it right now. I could always, when I take it off for vinyl, I could always move it up. But yes, there you go. In a meeting, but listening in. No, you don't need MU movies, but you can use MU movies along with it. So yes, you're right, Eric. I think the MU movie side of it is the videos. I think Hyperspin is more of a premium when it comes to front ends, but considering how much work it is, I would rather have something simple. Just throw the ROMs in a folder. So you want Launchbox. Bills, what's up? How's it going, Vic? Been a fan of yours for years. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You inspired me to become a builder. So thank you. Great work. Thanks, dude. A builder of arcades? Are you building arcades, too? But yes, if you're looking for something where you want to just, grab a new ROM, look at that. So I have like right where this column is, I have, I don't want to put it over it. That's the one thing that sucks right here. I have like this like trap. It's no joke, like a 16 by 16 door right on the floor. So it could have went more to the left, but I don't want to put stress on that door. I don't want to come down one day and I find the pin lopsided, but oh man, I'm just excited to finally just do the correct tilting. That's what I'm really excited for. This is awesome. I have to actually pull it forward now because I got to put the PC in it. Great. This is just, I always do this. Every time I do a build, I'm like, I kind of just admire. I admire. I mean, man, what's the word you could say on this? You could definitely see the size difference. That's number one. I put the TV in yesterday. No joke, the Matrix and the TV, it is like, it actually kisses. They are kissing. So it is the term perfect measurements on it. If I didn't put the Matrix, this cab would be in more. So it wouldn't be like as long as it is now, but real pins are actually longer. So I don't know how you could do that. Like, I don't know what to judge. Now, the one thing I think, like, it's not a negative. I did my, this is kind of crazy. Like I said, when I do the video on it, the actual, like, DMD panel here, it's unique. I did it Stern style because there's no, I don't even, this right here, no joke, this panel right here, this DMD panel right here, so delicate, so fragile. I honestly probably, no, I couldn't. I could not, no. So I always use 3/4 inch wood, and I made a cut. I have the CNC, it cuts in. So I have the LEDs. You might be able to see it actually on the camera. You could probably see the white LEDs here. So I have an indent so the LEDs sit. But again, I wanted to do this cheap as possible. I had white LEDs, white meaning the white strips. So like it's your LED, but it's the white backing and not black. I probably should have done black because depending on the angle you're at, you could see the white. Again, I did this, I wanted to do it as low budget. So I used everything that's here I had already. I didn't have to like buy anything besides the rails from Eric, which I'm very excited for because I had my bullshit rails, and what Eric did for me, I'm excited for that. But this is awesome. Then also I did a new PC mount. It was crazy. When I opened up my old V-Pin, it just brought back memories. Look at that. PC hard mounted. I have it on a shelf, so basically in the rear, this slides out. Now, yes, I have to pull the entire cabinet forward to put this in, but it is what it is. You can't really do much on that. I'm excited for that. Oh, man. I love Hyperspin, but I now love Big Box more. Once I was able to make it look like Hyperspin, that was it. So V, I'm assuming you found the unified theme like I did. I'm actually trying to modify that unified theme. I'm going to try to reach out to the, what do you want to call it? The developer, whoever made the theme. I love the theme. My only thing I don't like is the in-game menus. I don't like when like the video screens are small. I hate it. So I would do his thing with like the pointer and the wheel. Granted, my Hyperspin wheel is vertical, not the curve. But Big Box has it. It's a nice setup with Big Box. My only complaint is the sub menu. So in consoles, it's got like the logo big, which is cool. I just don't like the mini video screen and then the big box art and then the cartridge. I think it's just too much, not too much, just more files for no reason. I would honestly, he does have a theme also where the video is full, and I don't mind that. That's cool. I like the full screen, but I want the video. If I'm gonna have the cartridge and the box art, I would want it small in that full screen view. And the last thing that I would definitely want to remove is, or make it smaller. He has it as an XAML setup, so I would have to go in using like Visual Studio to edit it. He just has that publisher bullshit, the title on the bottom, it's too big. I'm pretty sure I could figure out a way to minimize it, but I changed the code on it, and then like it just doesn't work anymore, so I had to re-download the theme. There was a lot going on. So yes, that is what it is. But yes, if you are talking about the unified theme, the guy that made it did a very good job on it, can't lie to you. Look at that. I'm able to fucking move this. Again, I want to right now, I have to put the PC in. I have to keep in mind, I'm right now putting this together. I might not do it totally on stream, but right now the hard part is up. Oh man, I'm excited for this. And I will never do again. Unless it's like, again, it would look like this though. I haven't had the request. Again, when I first built this one, I went big. So 32-inch back glass, 22-inch DMD. I'll be honest, the beauty of this DMD, it's been with me for a long time. I do plan, like when I get everything situated, I do plan to adjust the contrast and the brightness, even on the back glass. Back glass is awesome. I always use the ViewSonic because it is bezel-less. It is edge to edge. That's what's great with the back glass. It's got a big bezel here, though, on the bottom, which is really why this is here. The DMD is cool, but as you can see, though, your sides, you don't have much to work with. I was honestly, if I was going to do a 19-inch, let's see who's old and how old you are here. If I was going to do a 19-inch, it would have been like bigger. I could have done like statues. So I don't know if you remember, but like growing up, there was in Toys R Us, they had the Simpsons. It was like these little, it's funny because I saw it on Facebook. Somebody was selling like a lot of them. It was like these little tiny dioramas. Not tiny. It fit like, I would probably say it was like a good like 6x8. And it was like a diorama. They had one diorama of like the arcade, and I think it came with like the bullies. So I was contemplating, I had in my mind two setups. I was going to do the dioramas here and leave my Homer and Bart. I love my Homer and Bart. Those are like, I just love them. I love my piggy banks. Or I was going to do dioramas up here. I was going to do 4 dioramas. And then kind of make it like work with DOF, meaning it would just kind of light up. But ceiling height, number 1, is an issue. And if I did it here, it was just too close for comfort. But again, I've yet to get a request for a 22-inch DMD. I don't even think they make this screen anymore. This is the Spectre. I think I no joke paid like 70 to 80 bucks for it. And it's been with me for 3 years. It's awesome. I'm like mind blown. I love it. And again, I did so much. I could have done more to my cabinet. The big thing was like, I find myself, the most thing I usually do is I'll plug an external drive to back up my data. And then the internet, I actually have this hardwired internet. So Ethernet direct connected. It's actually kind of funny how my basement is. The computer I'm using right now to stream to you guys is the same Ethernet cord I use on my pinball machine, but luckily it's a very long cord, so I could always move my whole setup. That's kind of purposely. So I was going to do an external USB port and an external like Ethernet phone jack, but I'm like, that's kind of, not that it's a lot of work, it's just kind of pointless. I could just come to the rear here, pull the Ethernet, and call it a day. So I was like, why am I going to waste my time doing it? And then also, I'm just not a fan of messing up the structure. Because in the rear, that rear panel, it's got a door, so it's got an opening, and I have 3 fans there. So like that rear, and that's also somebody asked me for a coin door. I don't really see the need for a coin door. the coin door would be cool if I had all the audio here, but I'm just so worried that you're kind of like, but then again, there's real pins that have coin doors. I just have this theory of like you're weakening the structure of it. And it's, it's a nice novelty. Is it needed? No, but it's a nice novelty. It's just, I don't see myself touching that coin door much. This is it. This is in. Look at that. Wow. You guys can't see it, but PC's in. Slides in. Beautiful. Now, the only one thing, I'll be honest, I should grab it. The one thing I did keep from my old build to this build, I have my Z533. So audio, like I said, I reused everything in this. So Z533, but I decased the subwoofer. So I did like my regular pins. I have a subwoofer base. You probably saw it when I had the pin up. Yeah, you most likely saw it when I had the legs, when I had the machine on its back. I will be putting my volume puck here, like I did before. What's the wording now? Pinval is what I put on customers' builds, but I feel like sometimes pinval it's iffy. I don't know. So I'd rather just keep my puck there. I have a clone of my primary as backups on my V pin. Ooh, I missed a lot. What was the reasoning for not building the cab on wide specs for usual actual pinball parts since you are going 43? You would then have the option for an actual or custom parts. So right now, I mentioned it. My Jersey Jack pins width is 22 inches, 22 and a half. This one right here is 24. Don't quote me exactly on it, but I believe we calculated on stream, it was an hour. It's 1 inch. This right now is 1 inch wider than my regular Jersey Jacks. And honestly, like, just from me going, bouncing back and forth, it's a good comparison. Yes, this is wider a little bit, but there was two factors on this. Again, I got the 42. I have the 42-inch C3 OLED going in this. The sensor on the bottom of the screen is about 3/8. So that translates to me adding 3/8 on the other side, just to make sure that the TV is centered. Then also I am doing the LED side rails. The side rails, though, are, it's either 3/8 or 5/8 or something like that. So I really did, the side rails just cover the sensor. So once I put the TV in and the side rails, it is virtually bezel-less. You don't see anything. You don't see any bezel on it. So this, in all honesty, this setup right here, even if you did the route of not adding, again, from my 50-inch QNED, the bottom of that TV, the bezel was massive. It was like a 1-inch bezel. I would have had to add an inch on this side to make sure the TV was centered. And I couldn't do that on my old build because it was originally built around the Samsung. This right now, I have at least enough playroom where in case, let's say, 2-3 years from now, they make another 42-inch, I at least have some opening of play. I don't think you could get, honestly, as far as width, I don't think you could get closer to that. You can't. There's no TV. Again, that right now, and keep in mind, my Jersey Jacks, let's call it 22 and a half. 22 and a half inches from the outside. That is outer dimensions. You have to keep in mind 3/4 inch wood. Find me a TV that is 20.5 inches, tall. I don't think they make a 42 with that. Again, I'm not going to do it now, but you could go quickly to Best Buy. BestBuy.com, look up the dimensions of the C3 OLED, 42-inch, and you'll see the actual height of the TV. And luckily, their numbers on their height is including the sensor. I didn't think it was, but it is actually including it. So keep that in mind. I don't think that there is a 42. Now, again, again, for me right now, I couldn't even play my 50-inch. It was too wide. It was no joke playing a wide body cabinet. And Something about wide bodies I'm not a fan of. Even on real pins, Wizard of Oz, Twilight Zone, it's not that I'm not a fan of. I have to actually give it a chance. But it's something where like I'll play for 10 minutes. And I'm like, all right, on to the next. Just because of the width. My 50-inch was wider than a wide body. So it's something where I don't, I'll say it on a video that not that I was wrong. I loved my 50-inch. I saw everything. I was able to read things. I loved it. But if you're the type that has a real pinball machine in your house, or you've played real pinball machines religiously, doing a 50-inch, you probably would not be a fan. You wouldn't be a fan. Plus side of the 50-inch, though, is that the actual, length of the cabinet would have been closer to a real pin. But I'll be honest, the stretching of the image, you could see it. You could see it. Even on like the Simpsons Pinball Party, I would see Homer's head stretched, like he got fatter. So it is what it is. I'm even more excited that I left my Siemens contactors. I was going to swap those out. I was actually going to sell my contactors. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to spend money. I didn't want to spend money on this. And I'm kind of happy I kept them. Those are OGs. You can't even get those anymore, apparently. I have people that still to date reply and comment on the how to build a virtual pin. And people are like, Vic, those contactors you have are like, I don't know the exact price, don't quote me, but somebody wrote to me one time, I think they said it was like $150 per contactor. I was like, oh shit, I think I paid like 10. That was 3 years ago. So, and they're elevator contactors. That was what was, great about that. But yes, that is, it's just, I have, my wife's family from Jersey's coming over, and they haven't been here yet, so I wasn't going to bring this down, but I was like, I got to bring it down. Not to mention now I could play around with it. My biggest thing is to test the LED matrix. I did the test on like the Teensy. I did everything, so everything is good. And no joke, if you're watching this, power injection on LEDs is real. I did it with my past customers. You have to do it. You have to do it. You have to also power inject positive and negative. You can't do just positive. You have to power inject both of them. CoinDoor has its own metal frame, quick access to volume and other controls. Yes, allows to the open door close. That's cool too. Yes, if you get a real pinball door, you have to now add the white switch. It's cool. I mean, I'm not gonna knock it. It is cool. Not to mention, honestly, there's not much, structurally, and this isn't holding up anything. It's just holding the side in. But then again, the rear, the base of the cabinet is holding things really together. It's cool. It is more work, and it isn't expensive. I don't even know how much a real coin door is. And then not to mention, remember, you got to do a pinball coin door. I don't think you'll get the same satisfaction if I did an arcade coin door. Granted though, like I'm looking right now at my Jersey Jacks, that coin door is really meant for a bill acceptor. So that's why it's so wide. It's a bill acceptor and 2 coin slots. There's a plus and minus to everything. The one thing though is that it does take a big chunk of the artwork. So you got to keep that in mind. But now to fire back on that, it's more like right now on this panel here, I only have wiring on this panel that goes to my LED RGB buttons. So yes, I did upgrade. I now will have RGB flipper and MagnaSave buttons on this, which I'm really excited for because this thing will really glow. I had those laying around, so yes. What was I going with that? No, that was it. On this panel, but I could always move that. It just sucks because in all honesty, the worst part with those RGB buttons is that the LED inside isn't detachable. So you have 4 wires coming out of that button. And like right now, I have to wire that button. So that means I have to take the 4 wires, put it through the hole, put it through the nut, wire it, and now when I do my artwork, I have to take everything off. But it's one of those things where it's honestly, you do it one time and then you forget it. But I do love the leaf switches on those. That's the best thing with it. My old pin, I had my regular arcade buttons, but I had the leaf switch, and that was a must. You definitely need that. I used the $50 blank one from Virtual Pin. Wow, really? Virtual Pin has a $50 coin door? With the buttons? Am I reading that right? all of the look and physical function for 50 bucks? Shit. How long did it take for you to get that is my only question. 50 bucks for a coin there? Shit, that's nothing. That's cheap. Blank. Now, what do you mean by blank? It doesn't have coin mix on it? Or a coin slot? I would assume it has a coin slot, no? This is it. I'm like, what am I doing? Oh, so that's the thing right now. I have to go now upstairs and get, I have to also keep an eye on the kiddo. I'm not going to, I could do it. No, I'm not going to do it on stream. It's fine. We'll just hang out now. Because by the time I go up there and everything. Like I said, on my pin here, I'm going to be putting the volume puck of the Z533 in the front of the leg. Again, pinball, it works, but sometimes it's like finicky. It drops the volume down. Let me go grab it. Oh, that was dumb. I can't see. Bam, bam. Wow, it looks great. I'm watching like the stream. Where am I? I'm watching the stream on like my PC, and I'm like, oh. I'll be honest too, but I didn't want to be cheap. I almost didn't do vinyl for this. I was gonna leave it like this, but I'm like, no. I need my Simpsons. And again, that was also another. So this right here, look at this. So this is no joke, the Z533 volume puck. That is the puck. And yes, once you start decasing it, there's basically a very tiny, there's a lot of wires in this. 2, 4, 6, 8. It's an 8-pin connector. I don't know if you can see that. So once you decase the subwoofer, you get, you know, the internals. I have it lined up inside. Again, though, this right here, I'm putting it right here. So again, pinball is great, and I can't, you know, that's another thing that sucks. I can't even, usually I glue this. You can even see I glued it because of all the white. I usually glue this to the base so it doesn't fall off, but I can't really do that because when I do the artwork, I need to remove this volume controller. So I don't want to break anything. Go nice and easy. Good. Also have my Z5, my KLZ board. Again, it's like, you know, I'm right now putting a Band-Aid on this, which kind of sucks. I'm not the type to do something twice. It's kind of stupid. Not that it's stupid, but it is what it is. But yes, so right now, as you can see, like my volume thing is just going to kind of fall up and down until I'll zip tie it in here, but at least I have that. But yes, that is, again, pinball, it's like every time I do it on customers' build, the PC starts and then it always drops the system volume to like 30. For some reason, even if I change it to like 100, it always drops. So it's like in and out. Me personally, whenever I do my pinball streams, I don't even launch in Popper. Popper is another thing right now I'm kind of, not scared is the word. There's been an update with Popper and I see people having issues. And I don't know. I do have another V-pin after this going to be built. So probably in about a week or two, I will start the cutting of that. But I'm kind of waiting to see what's going on with Popper. This is the main thing though. All my customers, I always tell everybody, you know, I'll build the cabinet. Everything is wired and everything. But when it comes to, you know, the actual software side of things, meaning Popper, you have to learn it. I'm not the type that's going to really like help too much on that. I'll help, but not too much. No buttons. I sent you the link. Thank you. Did you update any cooling on the cabinet? I have my regular stock 3 fans on mine. So I always have the 3 fans up top. It brings air in. And then on mine, I always have on my original one, it was just a big gaping hole in the base of the cabinet. It was a huge gaping hole. I had no base. I literally had just 3 support beams. And the PC was on its own shelf above the support beam. But no, as far as that, no. Now also what's kind of crazy, again, I'm using the same hardware. So I have my original plunger. When I pulled this thing out, again, this is 3 years old. I never did it, but I just gave it a quick shot of WD-40. Whenever I would pull this, it gave like that old spring sound, like a eh. And I gave it a shot of WD-40, and now it's pretty good. So, again, it kind of sucks right now. The situation I have right now is that basically I'm going to set this up so I can at least play with it. I have to wait till Tuesday for artwork, but at least I could play a little bit. I'm kind of anxious to check out that new Dungeons game. And then again, like I said, I have family coming over on Sunday, so they could at least kind of experience the V-pin. Oh. Awesome. But yes, I have everything from my old cabinet is in here. So I have the 16-channel Sane Smart. The only thing I did add also, but I had it in the garage, is the shaker motor. I have a shaker motor now on this. I was talking to Project Canada, and I told them, like, you know, I have it. I'm going to add it. Why not? I put it on my customer builds. It's just I don't know. What's the wording? I don't know if VPX... What's the wording I want to use? Again, having my Jersey Jacks, it's been beautiful. I'm putting 2 screws in, sorry. Having my Jersey Jacks, the shaker motor is actually programmed in the game. What do I mean by that? It's not just an on and off switch. When I did the stream for Toy Story, like the Road Trip Multi-Ball, the shaker motor goes through like different frequencies. And again, I don't know if VPX translates that. I don't think it does because I know, no, is there? I know on DOF links there's an option for like, what's the wording? Like frequency? Like max frequency? But it's definitely not, I mean, I don't know, I might be wrong. But I don't think it's going to translate like my Jersey Jacks do. Jersey Jacks, when I hit like the Gabby target, it shakes the house. But then on some subtle parts, where's my red screwdriver, damn it? On some subtle, like calmer parts, the shaker motor will shake, but it gives a very light vibration. So again, it's definitely the where's my screwdriver? The frequency is like controlled, if that makes any sense. Whereas I feel like VPX is probably just turning it on and off. I don't know. Either way, though. Damn. I have like a red Spectre. Hello. I don't. But yes, that's probably the only... I can at least hand tighten this. So I am anxious to see that. And again, on my builds, I always have I actually have a speed controller in the rear of the cabinet. Again, that actually I get those in like a 4-pack. So I had 2 lying around. So I didn't spend money on that. I already bought it. That's basically like it. So, you know, I always set the shaker motor to like a light medium, like 20% speed. So yes, it doesn't. I guess no buttons. It's fine. Shaker motor though came from Pinball Life. Shooter rods, Pinball Life. It's awesome. I can get the buttons. Like I said, I'm not going to be bringing down the TV because I got to go pick up the kiddo, but I might as well do the buttons real quick. Oh, yeah. Good. Whew. And again, utilizing everything from my old build. Still got my buttons. I love my buttons. That was really, this right here, my buttons. Now, I've done custom buttons before. But I got my, you know, Simpsons font start. My coin just says dough. So, again, it just sucks, you know. Right now, like literally what I'm doing right now, I have to remove it. But you know what? For at least for like 5 days, I could at least play some V-Pin, and I can't complain about that. But yes, my coin button says dope. I have extra ball, which honestly, extra ball isn't really used much. I gotta find out what game utilizes it, because again, looking at like the Bible from Mr. JNet. Oh, that's not even my extra. Oh, it's not even my exit. I've got the wrong fucking button in my hand. On Mr. JNet's thing, he's got people put extra ball. I kind of use it as a shift on all my customer bills. Let me grab my exit. I'm missing my exit. Hey. Da 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 da. There it is. Love it. I think the only thing this whole time since I had the cabinet, I had to change one micro switch. I had to change my start button micro switch. And I feel so bad. I said to myself I was going to keep an eye on the TikTok chat, and I'm not looking at it. I'm not even looking at the Twitch chat. But it is what it is. That's where I got to make something where, like, maybe it's a big TV. I just got to get it. I have all TVs in the world, though. Just got to get, like, a TV that just shows, like, chat. I would really like to do that in the garage, honestly. I'm just happy to see that I'm live. Yeah, this actually looks cool. I'm telling you, I mean, streaming it's fun once you're actually live. It is work. It's really cool to see, like, actually, I'm always mind blown. Like, look at that TikTok. It's just, they actually have a nice interface. Did you respond to the question on wide body specs? If you did, I missed it. Yes, I did, but I'll say it again. Well, you kind of asked, like, let's go back to the question real quick. Hang on. What was the reasoning for not building the cab on wide specs to use actual pinball parts, since you're going with the 43? You would have the option to use actual or custom parts. So, I hear myself. Well, I wanted, I don't know exactly what you mean by wide. I don't know if you're talking about a wide body. But basically I said, if you look at the dimensions of a 42-inch TV, if you go right now on Best Buy, 42-inch to C3 OLED, just look at the height of the TV. You're still, what's the wording I want to use? The height of the TV, it is going to be, it's going to be bigger than the inside of a real standard body pin. That's the way to word it. So again, my pin here, the inside dimensions, whatever. The only thing I added to the inside of the dimensions, I believe it was, I don't really remember. I have to get a ruler. Let me get a ruler, because like I said, I'm not going to be putting the TV in, but let's take a look real quick. While I grab my ruler, take a look at the dimensions of the C3 OLED on Best Buy. All right, hopefully you got the dimensions of the C3 OLED. I'll probably look at it too on mine. The inside dimensions of my cabinet, the inside, I'm right now 21 3/4. That is the inside dimensions of my cabinet. So real quick, I'm gonna go with you to Best Buy. Let's look at the C3 OLED. Again, 42-inch C3 OLED. Here we go. Oh, wow, they raised the price of the C3 OLED. Good thing I bought it then. I feel much better with myself now. It just sucks. I have another customer coming up, and he needs a 42, I should say, 42-inch. Let's see real quick. You might have found it faster than me. If you found it faster than me, please just type it in the chat. All specs. Dimensions. Here we go. The height of the TV without the stand is 21.3. There you go, right there. So the TV, and with Best Buy's, those dimensions, that is including the sensor bar. 21.3. I have 21.75. I have almost half of an inch opening. Now, to make it make sense, the sensor bar on the TV, the sensor bar alone, if I look at my like big inch, I believe, I hope you're still with me, I hope we're following together. I believe the sensor bar was about, I would say, an eighth. I would give it an eighth or maybe 3/16. So it's an eighth. I needed to add an eighth on the top of the TV just to make sure that the TV was centered. Then also I have to add, I'm doing the LED side rails. So again, my inside cabinet is almost half of an inch. I'm going to just say it. It's going to be a half of an inch bigger than the TV. And, you know, it might not make sense, but that's like, you're cutting it close. Now, the outside dimensions, I'm at 23 and 3/8. I'm going right now to my Jersey Jacks. Over the lockdown bar, my Jersey Jack is 22 and a quarter. 22 and a quarter. Let's do the math real quick. So 22 and a quarter. Granted, though, that's like with the lockdown bar, but let's just call it like that. Keep it in mind, you got 3/4 inch wood on a real pin. 22.25 less an inch and a half. Keep that in mind. You got 3/4. This right here, this piece of wood is 3/4. This piece of wood is 3/4. That's an inch and a half alone on the wood. The inside cabinets are 20.75. 20.75. Now again, if you look at it, the height of the TV without the stand is 21.3. It doesn't math. You know what I mean? You can't. Now you might say, well, let's do this. So 20.75 less 21.3. You have to take out a half of an inch. So now you're getting into the realm of, okay, now you're gonna cut into the sidewalls. I'm not really a fan of that, but now you're really cutting it close, because honestly, and you can see in my situation with the Samsung, I went to a bigger TV. I had to actually take a Dremel and cut out this sidewall here to fit my QNED. So, you know, you got to take out half of an inch. And, you know, that's basically 1/4 of an inch on this side and 1/4 of an inch here. I don't know. That's a lot. There's a lot going on. And not to mention, again, that is for that current gen TV. Let's say 2 or 3 years down the road, like my situation, when I built this V-Pin, we didn't have 120 hertz screens. We had 60 hertz. So you're really kind of not, that's too scary for me. Right now, I at least have half of an inch of play. So if a new TV comes out, higher refresh rate, I'm confident that I'll have enough room. Worst case scenario, I'll do what I did with the Samsung and I'll Dremel out the side. But there you go, if that makes sense. Yeah. And again, that is, we could also say that. I'm giving you the measurements with that's the measurements of the lockdown bar. So really, if you really want to be technical, you're actually, the inside is not 20.75, whatever I said. It's actually less. Now again, there are people that get, and you know, they resurrect old pins and they put the C3s, but they do put the groove in. They did. I take it. I don't know what that means. What do you mean? I take it. But yes, that's yeah. And again, now having my my real pins, my 50-inch was just too wide. It was too wide of a body. It was great though. I love it. It did what I needed it to do. But then once I got into the realm of real pins, I was like, oh, it's just a little bit too wide. But yes, that's the thing. There are people, like I said, they'll get the C3. There's some dude on the Facebook group that he actually has a very cool setup. But to me, it's not practical. The dude, he made basically he routed the side. And his actual TV, no joke, slides into the route. But for him to remove the TV, he's got to pull it from the rear. So he now has to take this whole cabinet forward and pull the TV out, slide it out. That's too much work. You did too much. You did too much. I think it's too risky also. Not to mention, again, imagine you're going to put the TV back in, you hit the wrong corner, and now you fuck up the TV. It's too much. Way too much work on that. But yes. Oh, man. Hopefully tonight. So if you stay tuned like on my socials, like on Instagram. The other thing also I forgot to mention, my build here, I am going against the glass. So my TV, again, remember I have the LED side rails. I have my channel for the LEDs. My TV is no joke. There's no gap. It is right up against, no gap. It's glass, LED channel, TV. So my TV is going to follow the pitch. And I have the LED matrix. Yes, my LED matrix is up. It's pointing basically upwards here against the glass. I've never done it, and I'm willing to try it on mine. So I'm pretty excited to see how that is. I don't know, there's something about, like, you know, especially now, look at VPX now, you can kind of adjust the Z, and VPW is making tables with the side art, you know, the side rail art, whatever we call it. So there you go. That's what I'm thinking about. I built my V-pin 2 wide body spec, and my 43 Samsung fit. Oh, you had the Samsung 7000. That's kind of also a big, bulky screen, too. I didn't have to do any of that. I have about 3/4 on the right and half on the left. So that's your sensor. I can't find them now, but I think Mr. JNet, I have a few videos, YouTube and Instagram. Yeah, send it. I take it decasing the TV isn't a good option. No, I'll never decase a TV. I will never decase a TV. Not to mention the OLEDs are virtually bezel-less. There's no bezel. Besides the bottom, it's virtually bezel-less. Wow, Joel Retro Lizard just sent me. Wow. Shout out Joel Retro Lizard. He got a CNC machine. He's got some stuff in the works. Looks good. I can't speak too much on it if he's here watching. He's one of now the 4 Musketeers. We changed the group. It's the 4 Musketeers now. We got Brad D in the group. That is awesome. Yes. Yes, he's hopping along. I have to sadly end in a few because I got to go pick up the kiddo. But yes, at least it's here. Like I said, I have to wait for artwork. I'm so mad. Again, Justin Goldflow's Decals, he sent me the artwork last week, but UPS was held up. So it's not his fault, it's UPS's fault. The artwork was supposed to be here today. I don't care about the side rails. I also messaged my glazier, so I'm waiting to hear the price on the glass. On mine, I'm just trying to think what VD is talking about. You built your spec, your cabinet is built spec to a wide body pin. My V pin was 4 inches wider than a wide body. So it's kind of, is it weird? Well, you almost haven't, you have right now it's 1.5 inches of gap on a 43-inch Samsung. Again, though, you have a 43. I had a 50. When I see the word 7,000, though, it's like my TV I had. So your TV is probably at least maybe 3 years old. That's when I built my VPN, I'm assuming. I would wonder if you could do maybe a 50-inch QNED now with your specs. But again, yours is built to a wide body pin. So you probably won't be able to do a 50-inch. 50-inch to a 43 is a big gap. That's a 7-inch diagonal gap. I don't know. Well, 40, do they even make 43s anymore? I don't know. I think like that ROG, right? That ROG monitor is a 43. But yes, that's, again, Samsung 7000. My Samsung 50-inch was a 7000 series. So I'm assuming, I don't know if it's true, but I'm assuming your TV is like mine where it's got to be at least 3 years old. So you probably are also running a 60 hertz display. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't think Samsung has a 120 hertz. But basically, it goes in your favor because you could always upgrade at least to a 42-inch OLED. So you at least have a solid cabinet. You're able to reuse a lot of stuff. So yeah. All right. On that note, because I got to go pick up the kiddo, I appreciate you guys hanging out. If you saw in the beginning of the stream, like I said, I basically put the legs on. I put the rear on my own. Then the back box is a whole separate piece. That is in. I love it. It's awesome. Hopefully some gameplay tonight, or at least I'm really aiming to honestly at least just get the TV in and the Matrix. That's really what I want to do today. But yes, on that note, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Have a good Thursday. I will probably see you guys Tuesday. We'll probably figure out some stuff. Maybe we'll actually sit down. Today I have to work in the garage. I have to finally build that Game Room Solutions cabinet that they fucking fucked up. And I was planning today to watch a lot of YouTube with you guys, but this was kind of more important. And yes, there you go. On that note, guys, anybody that's here and whoever's watching later on, thank you guys. Whoever's from TikTok, my camera just died. Did my camera just die? It did. What timing? Perfect. I'll see you guys on the next one. You're